Several years ago, a couple of books appeared which sent shockwaves through the American educational community. The first of these was entitled Cultural Literacy, What Every American Needs to Know by E.D. Hirsch. And it documented the fact that large numbers of American college students do not have the basic background knowledge to understand the front page of a newspaper or to act responsibly as citizens. For example, a quarter of the students in a recent survey thought that Franklin D. Roosevelt was president during the Vietnam War. 2/3 did not know when the Civil War occurred. 1/3 thought that Columbus discovered the New World sometime after 1750. In a recent survey at Cal State Fullerton, over half of the students could not identify Chaucer or Dante. 90% did not know who Alexander Hamilton was, even though his picture is on every $10 bill. These statistics would be funny if they weren't so alarming. What has happened to our schools that they should be producing such ignorant people? Well, enter Alan Bloom, who was an eminent educator at the University of Chicago and the author of the second book I referred to, The Closing of the American Mind. Bloom argues that behind the current educational malaise in this country lies the universal conviction of students that there is no absolute truth, and therefore truth is not worth pursuing. On their view, all truth is relative. True for you, maybe, but not true for me. Bloom writes, there is one thing a professor can be absolutely certain of. Almost every student entering the university believes or says he believes that truth is relative. If this belief is put to the test, one can count on the student's reaction. They will be uncomprehending. That anyone should regard the proposition as not self-evident astonishes them, as though he were calling into question 2 + 2 = 4. These are things you don't think about. The danger they have been taught to fear is not error, but intolerance. Relativism is necessary to openness, and this is the virtue, the only virtue, which all primary education for more than 50 years has dedicated itself to inculcating. Openness and the relativism that makes it plausible is the great insight of our times. The study of history and culture teaches that all the world was mad in the past. Men always thought they were right, and that led to wars, persecutions, slavery, xenophobia, racism, and chauvinism. The point is not to correct the mistakes and really be right. Rather, it is not to think you are right at all. Since there is no absolute truth, since everything is relative, the purpose of an education is not to learn truth or master the facts, but rather simply to acquire a skill so that you can go out and obtain wealth, power, and fame. Truth has become irrelevant. Now, this relativistic attitude toward truth is totally contrary to the Christian worldview. For as Christians, we believe that all truth is God's truth, that God has revealed to us the truth, both in His Word and in Him who said, I am the truth. John 14:6. Therefore, the Christian can never look upon the truth with apathy or disdain. Rather, we cherish and treasure the truth as a reflection of God Himself. Nor does a commitment to truth make you intolerant, as Bloom's students thought. The traditional understanding of tolerance is that while I may disagree with what you say, nevertheless, I will defend to the death your right to say it. The problem is that the understanding of tolerance in our politically correct society has now changed. Today, tolerance means I dare not disagree with what you say, lest I be branded bigoted and intolerant for daring to do so. But this new understanding of tolerance is logically incoherent when you think about it. Think about it. If you tolerate a view, then the very concept of tolerance presupposes that you think the tolerated view is not true. Otherwise, you wouldn't tolerate it, you would agree with it. You can only tolerate a view that you regard as false. So the very concept of tolerance entails a commitment to truth. The Christian is committed to both truth and to tolerance. For we believe in him who said, not only I am the truth, but also love your enemies. The correct basis of tolerance is not relativism, but love.